You can replace almost everything you find: new food, new friends, a new language that eventually stops feeling foreign. You build a new routine, a new neighborhood, a new version of normal. You adapt. You adjust. You survive. And then slowly, carefully, you begin to live. But there is one thing you cannot replace. One thing that no new country, no new life, no amount of time can give you back: the smell of home. Not a specific smell you can name. Not one thing. It is the combination. The air when you first walked outside in the morning, the kitchen at a certain hour, the rain on a specific kind of ground, the market, the street, the house you grew up in when nobody had opened the windows yet. You know exactly what it smells like. You have not smelled it in years. And yet right now, reading this, something in your body recognized it immediately. That is not nostalgia. That is neuroscience. Of all the human senses, smell is the only one with a direct line to the part of the brain that stores emotion and memory. Every other sense, sight, sound, touch, taste, gets filtered first. Smell does not. It goes straight in. Which means that when you smell something connected to home, you do not just remember home. For a moment, you are there, completely. The feelings come before the thoughts, before you even have time to prepare yourself. That is why it hits so hard. You are standing in a grocery store here, and someone walks past wearing a soap that your mother used. And before your brain even registers what happened, your chest has already collapsed. You are not in this store anymore. You're 8 years old and she is in the next room, and everything is exactly as it should be. And then you blink, and you are back. That moment, that 2-second journey home and back, is something only immigrants know. And it happens without warning, without permission, in the middle of ordinary days that suddenly stop being ordinary. But here is what makes this even harder to carry. You cannot explain it to the people around you here. How do you tell someone that a smell just took you 6,000 miles away and back in the time it took to pass them in a supermarket aisle? How do you explain that you are homesick not for a place, but for something you cannot bottle, cannot buy, cannot recreate, no matter how hard you try? So you do not explain it. You just carry it quietly, like everything else. And the carrying gets heavier over time, because the longer you are away, the more you realize something that nobody warned you about before you left. The smell of home is not waiting for you. It changes. The house gets repainted. The kitchen gets renovated. The market moves. The people who made certain smells what they were grow older or move away or are no longer there. Some immigrants go back after years away and stand in the place they have been dreaming about, and it does not smell the same. And that loss, the loss of a smell, which sounds so small when you say it out loud, is one of the most quietly devastating things an immigrant can experience, because it means the version of home they were holding on to existed only in memory. And memory, unlike smell, fades. The psychology verdict is this: immigrants miss the smell of home more than anything else, because smell is the only sense that bypasses everything and goes straight to the heart. It is the one thing that cannot be rebuilt, cannot be found in any store, cannot be sent through a screen. It is the purest form of what was lost. And every time it finds you in a stranger's perfume, in a restaurant, in a moment you did not expect, it is not just a memory. It is proof that, no matter how far you go, some part of you never left. If this found you today, share it with someone who will smell something familiar and think of this. Subscribe to the Psychology Review, because what immigrants carry deserves to be said out loud.